This is Dr. Tread Rissacker from my Slim Body Laser Spa located here in Stewart. And this is a quick crash course on weight loss. Now, this is a pragmatic approach to losing weight. I'm not going to go over any of the supportive documentation. I'm not going to try to teach you all about foods and how your body processes fats and carbohydrates. And we're not going to go into that here. I'm just going to give you the basic outline of a weight loss program that I know is very effective. And you can rest assured that I am a doctor, I'm a weight loss professional, and I lost weight myself using this exact method and technique. Okay. And it's really very, very simple. Okay. And before we get started, I want to make very clear a few things that are very important to understand about weight loss. Okay. The first thing is there's a lot of confusion if it's about exercise and diet. Okay. Now, diet and exercise are absolutely critically important to lose weight. We know that. But when it comes to losing weight quickly and you want to kickstart your weight loss program, if you're a newbie that's just beginning and you've been overweight for a long time, diet, eating less, is a lot easier and faster way to lose weight than exercising more. So don't believe the show, The Biggest Loser, where they show those people working so hard at the gym, working hard, working hard. That is not how they lost their weight. They lost their weight by cutting calories more than they normally eat. So that's really important. Everybody has a normal. We have a normal amount of calories that we eat every day. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but this is called your basal metabolic rate. And that amount is your set point. It's your fixed maximum caloric intake, and it's developed by your age, your weight, your gender, your height, and your body fat percentage. So when I went to lose weight and I was 265 pounds and I needed to lose weight, I calculated my BMR, my basal metabolic rate, and that number that it came up with was 2,400 calories. And in order to, if I don't make any changes, if I eat 2,400 calories, nothing is going to change for me. I'm not going to be able to lose weight. I would have to exercise like a madman if I continue to eat my BMR. And that's very difficult to lose weight exercise. And like I said, it's much easier to eat less than your burn rate. So for me, I set up a diet that was 2,000 calories. I don't believe in really low calorie diets. I think they create a metabolic transformation within a human where they resist losing weight and they're miserable and they don't have food and they crave carbohydrates. It's just all the way around, it's miserable. I do not like low calorie dieting. I don't like starving myself. So I do much better if I eat just below my BMR rate, and you will too. So for me, my BMR was 2,400 calories. Now, in order to understand proper weight loss, there's three factors that you have to look at. Number one is the quality of the food, the quantity, how much you're eating per day, and the frequency, how often you're eating. These three factors are critically important to understand. So the quantity of the food is based on your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. So if you're a female and you're over 60 and you're 30 or 40 pounds overweight and you're not super tall, your BMR is probably going to be below 1,800 calories. So your target food intake should be about 1,500 to 1,400 calories per day. That's your quantity. For me, my quantity was 2,000 calories. Okay? So once you know that number, and you can do that online, or you can use an expensive machine that calculates, but there's formulas online. You just type in how to calculate my BMR, and it will come up with the formulas to do that. It's very simple. But you don't need a formula. Just start with what I just told you. So now I have to figure out how am I going to get those calories into my body. And it's not good to eat them all at one time. So if you call me up and say, hey, I found my BMR, I'm eating 200 less, and I had it just for lunch. That's not going to work. It's got to be spread out. So you need to spread it out during your waking hours when you're awake. So from 8 in the morning till 10 or so at night, until you go to sleep, you have to spread those calories out evenly through the whole day. So the easiest way to do that is, the best example I can give you is, suppose that 1,800 calories for me, or 1,400 for you, was in a sandwich, like a hero, like a sub. It has carbohydrate, a little too much, but it's just for this example. It's got protein, it's got lettuce, it's all spread out. Every bite's the same as each bite. And suppose you took that sandwich and cut it into 6 equal wedges, 6 equal portion controlled wedges. Wrap them in individual saran wrap. The next day, when you get up in the morning at 8 o'clock, you're going to eat one of those wedges. At 10 o'clock, you eat another one. At 12 o'clock, you eat the third. Between 2 and 3, you eat the fourth. Between 5 and 6, you eat the fifth. Between 7 and 8, you eat the eighth or the sixth. And that's the way you have to spread out your calories. Now, each one of those intervals, I call them, when you eat food, should be at least 50% protein or more, and fat. Protein and fat. And that would be lean proteins and good healthy fats. The other 50% should be carbohydrates in the form of fresh vegetables. No other carbs. No bread, no rice, no pasta, no muffins, no pancakes, no sodas, nothing but lean protein with good fats, olive oil, avocados, salmon, butter, animal products, protein, meat, pork fat, butter. Fat is your friend. It doesn't make you fat. Carbohydrates make fat because of sugar. Protein and fats are absorbed directly into the bloodstream and will not raise your blood sugar. So your meals need to be 50 to 60% protein and fat if you want to lose weight very quickly. They call this the Atkins diet. Now it's called the keto diet. But we're not talking keto here because, you need to be more in shape to do that. So, but just know you have to spread out your calories, okay? And the other part is, so you understand the quantity, it's your BMR, and the other one is the quality of the food has to be mainly protein and fat with good, just fresh vegetables. And listen, as much as you love fruit, you got to cut out the fruit. If you do need to eat fruit, you need to be exercising and be active when you do that. And you should stick to fruits that occur in the northern hemisphere. The ones that are in the higher elevations, such as apples, pears, blueberries, raspberries, the fruits that don't get so much sun. The fruits that occur in the southern hemisphere, the pineapples, the mangoes, the citrus, everybody has your orange juice. These are high in sugar, and those are a no-no with weight loss. Until you get your weight off, you need to cut those out, okay? Now, safe weight loss is anywhere between 6 to 10 pounds a month. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but that is safe, sustainable, doable weight loss for just about anybody. You're not starving and you're not going out of your way. You're not starving and you're not under eating, so your metabolism stays good. And you should try to walk daily. 10, 20, 30 minutes of a nice walk is all that's needed for exercise in this induction phase of losing weight. Now, the other part that works really well for a lot of people is, instead of making choices with foods and what's a protein and what's a carbohydrate, recently these protein shake mixes have become fantastically healthy, good quality protein, low in sugar. And the difference between 10 years ago and protein shakes, they're superstars now. And we use a protein product called Quest, and this is a no sugar product. It has 24 grams of protein, and this is a meal replacement. You can do this instead of breakfast. So you might start your morning out with 2 scoops of Quest in a blender. You can mix it with water and just drink that. Or you could mix it in a blender and put a half a cup of frozen fruit, very small amount for the flavor. And then you can use Greek yogurt, the Chobane yogurt or the Greek yogurt, unsweetened. Put 2 big scoops of that in there. Those are 24 grams of protein. And then you can blend that And now you have a fruity, high protein quality meal replacement. And you can do one of those at 8 in the morning. You could mix another one of those, 2 scoops, small amount of frozen fruit for the ice, another scoop of yogurt. Do that at 10. You could do that at lunch, have another one. You could even have another one at 3 or 4 o'clock. So for dinner, have a nice, low, smart nutrition, high quality food dinner. That would be a nice protein, grilled or barbecued, but not fried. And then you'd have some fresh vegetables and drink a lot of water all through the day. Anytime you're hungry or you feel like you need to eat something, gulp a big glass of water. I prefer purified water or distilled water myself. I worry about spring waters. There seems to be a lot of minerals and contents in spring water. I like the purified water. And if you drink a lot of water, so in the morning, I always will gulp 2 big glasses of water, 2 big red Solo cups. So that's 16, that's 20, 32 ounces of water I start my day with. And that kickstarts my metabolism. And then I have my protein smoothie, 2 scoops. I choose to put half a cup of frozen assorted fruit in it, a big scoop of Chobane yogurt. And then I like to add a detox supplement to all smoothies. This is a detox supplement that I got from the herb store. And this controls activated charcoal. You can see it's black with charcoal, activated charcoal. And it has bentonite clay and some other ingredients. And what this does is this absorbs poisons from your body. When you start to lose weight and get rid of that body fat, the body fat has been protecting the toxins that maybe you have ingested. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But if you live in this industrialized world, you've ever driven a car, or you've breathed in car exhaust, or you've eaten, drinking in plastics, you have petroleum in your body. And petroleum collects in the fatty tissue like this. This is the poison, and fat protects it. If you were to lose fat without losing the toxins, weight loss becomes very difficult. And our body resists letting go of the fat because the fat is a protective layer. If you have a process that gets rid of the toxins along with losing weight, your success at weight loss is greatly improved. And most people won't tell you about this. Now, I've had a lot of experience with detox here in the spa. We use a low-level laser to do that, to open up the fat cells, to release the toxins. And then we use a supplement called this Detox 2. It's a herbal supplement, no diarrhea, no poopy. You take one in the morning, one in the evening while you're losing weight. And what happens is this is like a cleaning system for your blood, and it helps to remove some of those poisons and toxins. Not all of them, but quite a few. And as a result of that, weight loss is much easier. So do protein shakes, do 4 or 5 a day, 6 if you need to. You can't get fat doing protein shakes, okay? And then have a nice, healthy, normal dinner under 400 or 500, 600, 700 calories or less. And weigh yourself on Thursdays. Don't watch it every single day, because day to day you don't change that much. Week to week you'll see the changes. Now, to handle the sweet tooth, the craving of the sweet tooth, we suggest these Quest protein bars. It's a Quest product, and there's all kinds of flavors. There's chocolate peanut butter, there's oatmeal chocolate chip, there's cookie and cream. And I'll tell you something, these taste just like a Snickers bar when you're wanting something sweet. And it has almost no sugar. It has less than 2 grams of sugar, which is really, really low. And it's more of a protein bar. So who would have thought that you could supplant cookies and ice creams with these protein products and still crave your sweet tooth? But you got to try it. Now, some people will take the bar itself and put it in a dish and then lightly microwave it to kind of warm it up a little bit. And then they'll put a little cream on it or milk. Now, fat is your friend with weight loss, and so is protein. Protein is your friend with weight loss, and so are fatty products. They have been lying to you that fat makes you fat. Now, but you can't eat over your BMR. Remember that max caloric intake, when you have something that has bacon or you have something that has cheese, you can only eat a small amount because calorically it's very dense. So, 4 or 5 slices of bacon might be 400 or 500 calories. That might be your whole breakfast. Yet people think because it's fat and I'm on keto that I can eat all this fatty stuff. It's good. You burn fat with it, but you can also eat too much and it will be stored as fat. It makes fat. So you have to be mindful of the quantity of the food you're eating every day, the quality, that it has a lot of protein and fat and almost no carbohydrates. If you can cut them out, great. And also the frequency, how often you eat. Every 3 hours, you should be eating something. If you go 2 hours or 3 hours and you're starting to get hungry, you're not burning fat, you're burning stored energy, you're burning muscle. You need to take a Quest bar. You need to make a protein shake with one of these Quest products or the organic plant-based proteins. These are just as good. I prefer these over the milk product. But either way, it's easier to do that. You stick with that 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, you're going to be a miracle weight loss person. You're going to see weight come off so fast, you won't believe it. Your clothes will fit better. Your blood pressure will go down. Your blood sugar is going to be more balanced. Always start your day with protein. Never, ever, ever start your day with a carbohydrate. I just talked to one of my friends and she said that, what do you have for breakfast? She says, well, I have an English muffin, but I have the light, the margarine. I'm like, no carbohydrate. Well, I can't have a muffin? I said, no, and you can't have oatmeal either. Start it with eggs. Start it with protein. Have a protein shake. Very important. All right. I hope that makes sense to you. Enjoy your journey. If you have any questions, you know where you can find me. Dr. Tread Slim Body Laser Spa. Thank you so much, and good luck on your new journey. Okay? Bye-bye.